Now, black thigh-high boots, they make everything better, including one of my favorite Star Trek episodes of all time, Mirror, Mirror. Now, if you recall in this series, the crew, they get thrown into a parallel universe via a transporter malfunction where their counterpart doppelgangers are evil, ruthless characters. We have the good and the bad version of every single character. Now, how that's exhibited is through costume change. So originally, the Enterprise crew would be wearing this uniform right here, this Federation regulation uniform. Whereas in the mirror universe, this is what they're wearing. And if you noticed, more skin is showing, even for Captain Kirk. And of course, the female characters, because sex sells, let's get high numbers here and get people watching television. However, let's dig a little bit deeper into what the female characters are wearing. Now we have Yeoman Rand here, and of course the iconic Lieutenant Uhura. If you notice, in their regulation uniforms, they have a mini skirt and go-go boots. Now I encourage you guys to go ahead and watch my episode on go-go boots. It's a foundation show for all my science fiction episodes. And isn't it interesting that the go-go boots, they're part of the good version of the character, and the thigh-high black boots with the crop top, ultra mini skirt, they're considered on the evil side. Why is it that the thigh-high boots, those ones are the ones that are considered for the costumes for their evil doppelganger selves? Is it because the thigh-high boots are a little more revealing, sexy, dangerous? So in my opinion, the character who pulls this look off and is the most striking is Lieutenant Uhura. Now I want us to hold Lieutenant Uhura in one hand and the history of over-the-knee boots in the other. Now, the history of the over-the-knee boots is from the 15th century, the cuissard, and it is an over-the-knee boot as stated, and it was originally for riding horses and also part of military uniforms for protection. Now, let's fast forward into the 20th century and the 1960s, in which Star Trek was televised, is that's when the over-the-knee boot, thigh-high boot, it found itself in the realm of high fashion for women. Now, let's get back to Uhura. Now, she is a Federation officer. Federation is almost like the military, and so she's then wearing this particular kind of boot, and to me it's totally fitting that she would be wearing a boot of this much power and purpose. Now, speaking of Uhura's power, there's a point where she's in the mirror world and she's on the bridge of the Enterprise and the men are sexually harassing her. She's even being harassed by the evil version of the officer Sulu. And he's trying to flirt with her. She's not having any of it. And, she struggles with him and then she cuts him and then walks away with a dominating stare and then slides her knife back into the cuff of her shiny black patent leather thigh-high boot. Damn, Uhura, she'll cut you. She'll set some boundaries and she'll let you know. On a side note, as I found myself doing research for this episode and on the actress Nichelle Nichols, who plays Lieutenant Uhura, here we see her right here. She's just being a 1960s stylish lady in her miniskirt and her go-go boots. I found out that she was actually a shoe fetish model for a while. So you can see that, these are some pretty intense examples of some boots. So when she was wearing her boots for Mirror Mirror, I'm assuming, potentially, they were just mere child's play for her. Circle back to this thigh-high boot here. Now, originally, like I said, in the 15th century, they were used to avoid danger and to protect oneself. Whereas they're used here in Mirror Mirror to actually like inspire danger, inspire an edginess, because the character is meant to be one who's living in the ethos and the mindset of brutality and darkness. So, of course, you know, the characters have to be looking a little bit more edgy. But I find it so fascinating that, okay, you know, the uniform that is the one that's authorized and the good girl one is already pretty sexy, right? We already have the mini skirt and the go-go boots. That's a very appealing look. But then the bad version of her has got to be even sexier, right? So she's got to have the micro mini and the thigh highs. So what do you guys think? Do you think this trope of good girl, bad girl, high boots, even higher boots is too cliche? Because these days, just in in regular fashion, people wear what they want. So don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps me out so I can continue to bring great, fun content like this. And I'll see you next time.